Could the human psyche be quantumly connected to its surroundings? Check out what Joe has to say about this.
Like there's this woman that speculates that in the future someday, with many, many, many advancements and who knows how many years we will be able to travel quantumly. Like the way quantum particles are entangled, she believes that perhaps the entire universe works that way and that everything is connected and that this thing that we have, this idea that the distance between stars is far too vast for a human to travel because you can't travel past the speed of light. And if you did travel past the speed of light, it would still take, even if you went like 2 times the speed of light or 3 times the speed of light, it would still take thousands and thousands of years to just get to the closest planets outside of our solar system. And she thinks that one day, perhaps, if not humans or whatever's coming after humans, will be able to quantumly travel. And you would imagine that would involve some sort of manipulation of space and time that we can't quite understand. That we're talking about it like it's magic. But again, if you were talking to someone from the 1400s about a cell phone, hey, I can FaceTime my friend in Australia. They'd go, what the fuck are you talking about? Well, I pick out this device in my pocket that's as thin as a few slices of paper. And through that, I can like stare at my friend, and he can see me, and I can see him. Like that's magic. You're talking crazy talk. There's nothing. There's no cord. There's no nothing. Somehow or another, there's like, what are you sending? That's being received, and it comes into HD video with sound, and it perfectly lines up with the way the person's talking. You hear it in real time. That's crazy. That doesn't even make sense. But yet we just are so accustomed to it that it's normal. Oh, I'm getting a FaceTime call from my friend. Oh, hey, what's up, buddy? We think it's normal. And then you got to imagine if you could just push into the future and imagine thousands of years of innovation in technology. Like what does that look like? Communication used to be you had to shout. Bob's over there 100 yards away. You have to put your hands, we're going to the left, Now you could just text him. Or you could call them. And that the ability to communicate at vast distances will one day be very similar to the way we travel. We can travel vast distances instantaneously.
Part of the entanglement idea that you talked about, what if you're in Austin and I go back to Whitefish, Montana? And what if we had the ability to think, hey, Joe, I forgot to tell you this when I was on your show, and I told you by my mind. Now, people would say, oh, that's stupid, that's ridiculous. But I've talked to people that are way smarter than me that say that part of this entanglement is that what if you're in space and you're on the far side of the moon? And what if we all have that ability right now to affect others in other places? And our thinking and our mind is really more powerful, and we are this spider web of entanglement that we don't quite understand right now. And where this came from is George Knapp, been on his show like 30 times. He had a guy named Colin Kelleher who was the head of all investigations for Bigelow at Skinwalker Ranch. And George said, hey, Dave, Kelleher wants you to come out to Las Vegas. He thinks some of the work that they're doing at the ranch right now overlaps with your work on missing people. So I came out to Las Vegas 3 or 4 times, met with Kelleher, and we talked about just what you're talking about right now, this overlapping of understanding consciousness, because it's much more complex than some people are willing or even for us to understand. But what if what's happening on Earth right now, whether it's abductions, cattle mutilations, UFOs, is really something that is so beyond us? We try to think in rational terms. Well, they're taking us for our sperm or they're taking us for our eggs. But what if it's something a lot more deep than really we could comprehend right now?
Like what?
I don't know. I'm asking you, Joe. But his point being that all the time they spent almost 20 years at that ranch investigating things. And he tells me about this one incident. And he says, I've got a physicist up on the hill with another researcher. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. they're looking down at the meadow and they see this bright light. And this bright light starts to get bigger. And if you tell your guy, he could pick it up right now on, if you go to Amazon, to the movie American Sasquatch, Man, Myth, or Legend, it's my movie, we have it there. And it starts getting bigger.
Uh-huh.
And one guy doesn't have night vision, the other guy does. And this round thing keeps getting bigger and bigger till eventually it's like you're looking down a tube. And he says it's almost three-dimensional because you could see something at the far end of the tube. And the physicists just hand in the night vision back and they're sharing it. Eventually the tube gets to be about this big, that something twice the size of you and I could crawl through. All of a sudden they see something crawling down the tube. It crawls out, it jumps down onto the land. And they see, it's so dark, even with night vision, that they could just see a silhouette, and it's bipedal, 7 or 8 feet tall, all black in color.
Is it that?
Is this it?
No.
Okay. Well, sounded like it. Sounded like what you were saying.
Is that the documentary you're talking
No,
about?
that's not mine.
Something different?
Yeah.
Sasquatch,
American Sasquatch.
Man, Myth, or Monster?
Isn't that what you said?
Is that it?
That's it. Yeah.
That's okay.
So this is your film.
That is the film, but that's
But
not what
that's-
I'm talking about.
Where is it in the film? Do you remember?
It's near the end, like 3/4 of the way through it. It's with my interview with Kelleher, and he's talking about it, and this thing, and then it walks away on 2 feet. And when we talk about this, he said, it doesn't make any sense to us. You know, did we just see a portal open up and an entity from another dimension crawl through into our dimension? And is that the access point that they're using? And can they open this at certain times and close it at certain times at will? And really, that was the first time that I had heard this from someone credible, that this can happen. And if you think about the people at the ranch today, they said, well, the amount of energy it takes to open a portal is so many times greater than an atom bomb that it doesn't make sense